Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I got something special over here today. I'm sure you've seen enough videos of the B Plus Nami, the new one, the V4, on YouTube already. So I'm not here to just make a video about that one. I'm here to talk about the Arm Shark Nami, the D Blade, and the B Plus Nami, all in one video, and kind of comparing them, but not really. Like, I cooked something up from the two models that I want to show you right now, which is, in my opinion, the best Nami clone that you can buy. Like, the perfect one-to-one sort of thing. I mean, I don't have the original to compare, but like from just feeling it and all of that, I gotta say this is the best Nami clone. So, what we got here is Arm Shark handles with a B Plus blade, and here we got the new B Plus handles with the D blade. And we're gonna be talking about this. If you want to see some flipping and like sound tests, just skip towards the end. I'm gonna have the timeline on the bottom, like show when the flipping starts and stuff and when the technical stuff starts. But yeah, we're just gonna talk about technical stuff at first. All right, so what do we start with? Yeah, let's just start comparing. So the handles, right? You got the B Plus V4, you got the Arm Shark handles. Just very superficially, you can see this one has jeweling on the inside, which looks really good. I like it. This one doesn't, but I mean, jeweling should not be like the deciding factor for you to buy this. I mean, if it is, that's fine. It looks good. Like, that's the only reason I bought it. It's because like I thought like, wow, that looks so cool. Like, there's jeweling and it's supposedly one-to-one. So I just had to buy it. And I guess we're doing a little bit of flipping now. But yeah, this one doesn't. So handle feel, the texturing on the handles, it's a bit smoother on the Arm Shark, or like it's not smooth on the B Plus. It's just more pronounced. Like, you can feel it a lot more. It feels grippier. The edges feel a little bit more like edgy, I guess. What do you call it? Like, more sharp. I guess the edges are sharper, but they're not sharp to where they cut you or anything. It's just that like you feel them a lot more, you know, like even like the inside of the channel here. On the B Plus, you kind of feel them more, but it's not going to cut you if you like move your finger up and down. So it's not rough or anything. It's just a bit like, it feels blockier. Like, that's how you could describe it. These handles feel a little bit blockier. These feel like a little bit rounder. Then some other people talked about this. Like I said, there's enough videos on this thing already. Pez Flips made a really good video. He also said that like the chamfering on here, there's no chamfering on the B Plus Nami. So these corners here, they feel really sharp, like the edges here. You can kind of feel them like when you're doing rollovers and stuff, or if you're doing like twirling it between your fingers. That's like when you feel that part. So yeah, I kind of wish they added, wow, I suck today. I kind of wish they added the chamfering right there, just to like, what the fuck, holy shit. I wish they added the chamfering right there, just to make it like feel a little bit better. But it's nothing like that's super necessary. But that's like the things that I kind of dislike about these handles, because like it was supposedly called like the new one-to-one live blade Nami, you know, but like all these little things, like they kind of add up to a point where I say like, okay, this is probably not one-to-one anymore. Because from what I've heard before about the Arm Shark Nami, was that thing is like really one-to-one. And since these are different from these, I don't think these are really one-to-one. Next up, we have the cutouts in here. Like, I can't show you right now, but I tested them, and these cutouts are a tiny bit smaller than the ones on the Arm Shark Nami, which means more material. So like basically the handles are heavier, also since you don't have the chamfering here, and overall it's got a little bit more material, so it's a little bit heavier. I weighed the scales individually and I compared them. I'm going to show you pictures right now. I don't know the exact numbers, but the Arm Shark scales were like 0.6 grams lighter than these, like individually. So we're talking about like a 2-gram difference between the two handles. Or like 1.2 grams for each handle, which is a significant difference, right? Like, you definitely feel it when you're flipping. This thing feels a bit more handle biased, with no weights in. I have no weights in here right now. Then this thing feels very neutral, which doesn't really make sense because the trainer blade already felt neutral on this with no weights, and this thing is like the live blade with no weights, and it still feels neutral. Like, I don't feel like this is blade biased at all. I can do chaplains really well. They stick really nicely. No problem there. I really like flipping this thing. Alright guys, sorry for the interruption, but my dumbass had the scale laying around here the whole time, but the whole time I filmed the video, I did not stop and think about weighing the balisongs, so I'm gonna do that right now real quick. So the Arm Shark Nami with the B Plus blade weighs 112.5 grams with no weights inside, and the B Plus Nami with the D blade weighs 115.36 with no weights inside. I love the Arm Shark handles, they're very smooth, like they glide around my fingers perfectly. And yeah, where was I? The cutouts, right? Yeah, so this one's a little bit more handle biased, this one's a little bit more neutral. And now onto the differences I noticed also. The screws right here, I hope you can see it, they protrude out a little bit. That's because the pivots are actually longer, but they have to be, because on the inside of the top, the hole where the screw goes into, it's a bit more recessed on the Arm Shark, which looks better in my opinion because the screws are like flush, you know, with the handles. Whereas on this one, the screws are not flush. And this is Arm Shark hardware up here right now, but that doesn't make a difference because with the B Plus hardware, it looks the same. I'm not sure if I said it during this take already because I filmed one before this already, but in order to swap the blades, what you need to do is you have to use the B Plus pivots in the Arm Shark handles, and you have to use the Arm Shark handles, Arm Shark pivots in the B Plus handles. So since the Arm Shark has the holes a bit more recessed, you have to shorten down the pivots, and I'm going to show you a picture right here between the two. Like, those are both B Plus pivots, it's just that one is sanded and one isn't. I just took the pivot and I sanded it over a piece of sandpaper for a little bit and was able to grind it down enough to where I can use them here. I polished them so that they would fit the silver ones, and I also had like blue screws still from the Arm Shark Nami. So yeah, you need the pivots from the B Plus because the B Plus bushings and pivots, they're like a little bit smaller than the Arm Shark pivots. We're talking about a 0.1 millimeter difference here, which is not a lot, but it's definitely noticeable. Like, you can't fit the Arm Shark pivots through the B Plus bushings, so you need to use the other ones, and in order to make them fit here, you have to sand them down, yeah. And over here, you also have to do a little bit of mudding since the original pivots were like 0.1 millimeter thinner. What I had to do is I had to take this like grinding rod, sandpaper rod, whatever you want to call this, and I had to like put it inside the handles and spin them around a little bit to like widen the hole just the tiniest amount. It's really just a tiny amount to like make the pivots fit. Damn, I'm starting to flip this thing now. Yeah, just to make the pivots fit, and then you can easily mount the D blade or the Arm Shark blade, like no problem. So yeah, also blade differences. It's not really comparing it to the Arm Shark, but here is where we like get into the differences with the D blade and the B Plus blade. What I found is the D blade, I mean, at the time, I gotta say, like, I made a video on the D blade. I said it was good. It is a good blade, but it's not perfect. And at the time this came out, this was like the only thing you could get, so I bought it right away, just like many other people. And now that the B Plus blade is out, I gotta say the B Plus blade is definitely better than the D blade, because the B Plus blade, it just feels like a OEM blade, you know? Like the D blade, you can kind of tell, okay, it's like a blade from a maker that's new and he doesn't have like that much experience, and he's just making something that a lot of people want, which doesn't exist on the market yet, or at least at the time that he made this didn't exist. And it was fine for what it is. It's definitely flippable and stuff, but the actual like real Belly Plus blade is definitely better. So since it's better, I just thought, like, why not put it on the Arm Shark handles, and this is what I ended up with. And this thing is like my dream balisong. This feels like a grail, you know? Like, this feels like a clone belly that is good, but like not perfect. but still a very good clone. But this thing just feels like a Grail balisong, if you know what I mean. Also, like, look at how well this works. The handle gap, I know some people think this is too small, but if you look for original Namis on YouTube, like, you can see plenty of real Namis that have a handle gap like this straight from the factory. So it kind of like looks even more realistic with that handle gap. And just listen to the sound. Yeah, so if you couldn't tell, this one's a lot bouncier than the D-Blade. Like, the D-Blade is still bouncy. It sounds a bit different, you know, like, and something about the material that they use. And also the tolerances aren't as good as the ones on here, because I use like stainless steel washers on here, and I grinded down the bushings like a lot to not get like a lot of play. This one has like a bit more play. I just grinded down the bushings to the point where I don't get any tap. But it does have play. It's just that I don't have any like replacement bushings for this, and I'm planning on like getting rid of this one because I don't need it anymore, and I didn't want to risk like undersizing the bushings, so I left it a bit looser on purpose. But yeah, so like, all in all, I hope I didn't ramble too much, and I hope I actually got like all the points across that I wanted to get across. And if you want, I might make like a solo video on this thing, like just showing it off, like only this thing, and going a bit more in depth, maybe like showing some close-ups and stuff, getting a bit more flipping on. But in my opinion, if you want to, like, now comes the buying advice, right? If you want just a live blade, you don't want to spend too much because you don't have like too much money, but you definitely want a Nami, like, and you don't want to mess with it because, like I told you, like, there is some stuff that you have to like mod in order to make this work. If you don't want to mess with it and you just want a good live blade, get the B Plus V4. Just get it stock. It's fine, but you can't even buy it right now because it's out of stock. But like, if you can get one, just get it. Oh, I hope I didn't move the camera. Shit. Whatever, I hope you can still see me. Just get the B Plus V4 with the B Plus blade, like just standard. Like, don't get the trainer, right? Because I saw like B Plus. Oh my god, I'm about to break my fucking glass mouse pad. Holy shit. Yeah, don't get the B Plus trainer, just get the live blade. It's fine. If you want a trainer though, definitely get the Arm Shark. But if you want like a Grail Nami clone, like the best you can buy, and you don't like ever want to buy another one, you just want to keep the one that's super clean, then get both. Get the B Plus V4 live blade, get the Arm Shark Nami trainer, and do what I did, swap the blades, sell the other one, and you'll have like a really amazing Nami, and you'll be able to like recuperate some cost again with your other balisong. Like, I can't charge full price for this, but I can definitely like get some money back with it, which is great. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I hope I got all my points across, and that I was able to show you this great, beautiful Nami that I built, or I put together. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry I didn't flip too much this video. I'm doing the same combo. I hope I could entertain you even though I didn't flip too much this video. It's just that there was so much like that I had to talk about with this balisong that the flipping was kind of like second, what do you call it? Like, not as important, I guess, as the facts that I wanted to talk about with these things. Yeah. So, oh, also something like I noticed, like the small handle gap, it's definitely fine. Like, you can Z-choker with it. It's just a bit harder to do than before, but you definitely get used to it. Like, the handle gap is definitely not too small for me. I always thought like Namis with like small handle gaps were probably not gonna flip very good. because I'm not a fan of small handle gaps. But on this one, it's actually fine. Also, like, I'm trying to learn this new way, the choker fan, which I'm not like super good at yet, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. So yeah, this is like the third time I want to end this video, so I'm actually gonna end it now. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Oh, I'm sorry, I fucked up. There's one last thing I forgot to mention, right? And it's pretty important, at least to me. The milling and the blade finish, okay? We're getting back into the blade now. The polishing on this blade, it's alright, but it wasn't perfect. Like, this one has like a fat line over here. I don't know if you can see it, but like, this whole line is like finished differently. It's, for some reason, it's not really polished, actually. I don't know why they did that, but I guess they didn't like get into the milling when they started polishing. Which is kind of annoying. I guess I could fix it, but I don't really want to mess with it because it looks good the way it is. But that's something different. The polishing on this one isn't great either though. So I don't know about the polished version since this is like the sandblasted version, but they both have like some flaws with the finish. Then this one is laser engraved, whereas on this one, it's actually like really engraved. Like they probably took like the CNC machine and engraved the logo into it, because like you can definitely feel the logo is recessed in there and it's kind of like cut out, you know, whereas this one is just laser engraved. I don't know how the real one does it. I think, as far as I know, like Squid Industries laser engraves it too, but maybe they do it different for their Tsunami since it's like their premium value, but I'm not sure. But to be honest, like even if the original is not like this, I do actually prefer this engraving here, because like if I want to polish the blade or do anything else, like I know this isn't gonna fade because this is actually like hard cut into the material, whereas this one, it's gonna fade by time, like if I start polishing this and stuff, you know. So yeah, now I think I actually talked about everything that I wanted to talk about here, and I hope you have a nice rest of the day and that you enjoyed this video. Like I said, let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to help you out. And I might make a solo video on this thing, but I have so many videos I still want to do. Like, I'm just too lazy to clean out my room every time I want to make a video, and then I don't like film and just forget about filming. But yeah, we have the Squiddy L video still in planning. We also have the Titanium Kraken video still in planning, like I said once before. And then I gotta check, do I have anything else to talk about? Not for now, at least. Alright, so thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. I'm gonna stop it right here, or else I'm gonna start rambling again about like some different shit. So goodbye.